Is it working? I don't know. I don't know. Hello, 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 hello. How are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. I hope you are happy and healthy and everything's good with you. Am I okay? I don't know. I actually feel quite exhausted again because I'm constantly exhausted. Hence my tumbler full of vitamins. Yeah. Like I've put, I don't know how many, like 4 of these, like, is it effervescent? Effervescent, like those like fizzy little thingies that you put into your drink and boom, it has got a flavor and apparently a lot of vitamins in it. Tastes disgusting, but I hope it gives me a bit of energy and vitamins. Yeah. Anyway, for me, it is Saturday, the 2nd of December. So happy December, everybody. Yeah. The 2nd of December. And we've got 12 o'clock. No, it's not 12, it's 10. I actually realized that, I'm really shit at like numbers. Like I know that. I'm not really good with numbers, like in general. But when I'm trying to describe something, right? I just like say these like random numbers and I don't even like calculate them like properly. So every time I say a number, in reality, it might be something completely different. What am I talking about? I don't know. I don't know. So we've got another very, very snowy day. Like, I mean, it's white. Like, and it has been snowing for like 3 days straight. Like, it's like, do you like the snow? Do you want to see? Do you want to see? Let me show you. Let me show you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you see that? Can you see that? Like, I mean, like, you can't even see the fucking trees over there. Like, it's like ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let me just put you back. No, please, 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 stay. Are you comfy? Are you comfy? Are you cozy? Cozy? Is it good? No? Are you gonna fall down? No. So, yeah, like the winter has arrived like fully. I thought, like 2 weeks ago we had the first snow, and usually, like, in November you've got this like a little bit of snow and then it goes back to those like autumn temperatures, right? So I thought it was like a little starter, like a little like taste test, like ha ha ha, like winter is like, I'm coming for you. But it came and it never left, like ever, like like it has been snowing like every bloody day, and like over like Thursday, Friday, like it just like didn't stop. It hasn't stopped. Like it's like constantly like snowing. So after this session I'm gonna go for a walk with my lovely baby. Yes. I'm not really sure how that's gonna go because we've got like a decent layer of snow. It's like literally like 30 centimeters. Like it's not a joke. So like how are we supposed to like walk in this? We will see. Anyway, what are we doing today? We are studying. Yes, we are. So shall we go over our lovely collection of new advanced vocabulary, shall we? Shall we? So let's do a little revision, right? We got 5. That's a lot. I mean, like, again, like, we are doing great, right? Is the mic working? Anyway, so lucid. Do you remember what lucid means? Lucid means that something is clear, bright, and we can actually describe people as bright. It means like intelligent, right? So they like clearly understand things. So when you speak lucidly or your speech is lucid, it's easy to understand, it's very clear, and I should work on it 100%. Yeah. Then we had compendium. Compendium is a collection of information, basically pictures or whatever, and it's connected to some sort of like a subject or some field. So if you want to learn about something, you should buy a compendium in order to have the most important information about something. Then we had sensuous or sensuous things. Those ones that are pleasing your senses. It comes from the word sense, right? So sensuous music, like anything that, you know, feels satisfying and it like satisfies your senses. Music, food, something visual, you know, sensuous lady, yeah, for example. Or guy, the same for ravishing. Ravishing means extremely beautiful. That means that it means something completely different, but whatever. So something extremely beautiful. My dog is ravishing. Yes, he is. Then we had something conspicuous. Conspicuous means very, very obvious, something that attracts attention. So conspicuous colors, conspicuous patterns, conspicuous clothes, or whatever. We had contentious. Contentious topics are very controversial, something that causes arguments or disagreements, right? Then we had assemblage. No, the word assemblage. Assemblage means a collection of things or people, because you assemble those things, right? Then we had a continuum, which is something that changes gradually. Yeah. I still haven't said that one. Like during like my lessons, like I'm still waiting for the moment where, you know, the word continuum would like come up in my head and I could use it, but I just don't have these opportunities. I just don't talk about any continuums. I don't know. Anyway, anguish. Anguish is a extreme sadness caused by some suffering, like mental suffering or physical suffering. Then we had somebody who is imperceptive. If you are imperceptive, it means you are not perceptive. It means you don't see things clearly, you don't understand, or you don't want to understand things. You are not good at noticing and understanding it. Then annihilate, which means to complete something destroyingly. No, to destroy something completely. Oh my god, my eyes are killing me. Yep. Then we had qualm. Qualm is an uncomfortable feeling when you don't know whether you are doing something wrong or right. You are just questioning what you're doing, basically. Sorry. Then we had the word besiege. Besiege means to take control over something or surround something. For example, like army can besiege a city, or you can be besieged by people. If you get really, really famous, right, then like paparazzi can besiege you at the airport and shit like this. Then we had to besmear, to sully, and to sully, to besmirch, and to tarnish. In abstract way, it means to destroy someone's reputation. It means you are not speaking about somebody very, very nicely, right? And you want to destroy their reputation. Then the word besmear, it means to be covered in dirt, oil, or Eddie's drool. Then we have the word luster. Luster means the shininess of something, yeah, the quality of being shiny. For example, diamonds or gold or like jewelry. They got luster. They are lustrous, right? Then we had the convent, hermitage, and cloister. That is, those are buildings where nuns and monks live. And the word cloister, my favorite one, right? If you imagine Harry Potter, right, it is this like passage which is around a little square with these like arches, right? And Harry Potter and his friends spend a lot of time there, right? Then in abstract way, if you want to be cloistered, it means you want to be quite isolated from the real world. Yeah. which is something that I love. Then we had to cavort. And when you are cavorting, you are very lively. It could be dancing, partying. It could be very loud. It could be jumping. It's basically anything. Like, it's like, yeah, whatever. Then voracious. My voracious students, right? When you are voracious, you want a lot of something. It could be a lot of food, a lot of knowledge, haha, or a lot of anything. So you are really like passionate and you want a lot in order to be satisfied. So you can have voracious appetite, right? When you want a lot of food. Or yeah, voracious students. Then we had the annex. That is my dream building. It is like an extension of a house. It could be like attached to a house, or it could be a completely separate building, right? Which is something that I would like to have in my garden, so that I could have my little fluffy baby here with me, right? So subscribe. Then we had to encroach on something. You can encroach on someone's time, you can encroach on someone's land, and it means you come and you take over that. Or in that video, we had like some items that were encroaching the pavement so that people couldn't walk and they had to walk around that. Then we had the mileage. And mileage is the distance that a car has traveled. Then we had the word ostensible. When something is ostensible, it seems like one thing when in reality is something different. So, for example, an ostensible teacher, right? So I'm just pretending that I'm actually a teacher, but in reality, I don't know anything. And I'm not well qualified for teaching, right? Then we had slabs. So you can have concrete slabs, paving slabs, and it's something like this, a bit thicker, right? A bit bigger. It's like a board, something, right? Yeah, marble slabs. Yeah, or wood. Yeah, wood slabs. That is when you cut or when you slice tree trunk vertically or horizontally, depending on the position of the trunk. I don't know. Anyway, then we had lassitude, and lassitude is a physical or mental weakness, tiredness. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. I feel lassitude. Yeah, lack of energy. Yeah, overcome by lassitude. Yeah. That's what I feel right now. Then you can have predicament, or you can be in a predicament means like very difficult situation, like you are screwed basically. And when you are in a predicament, you can actually have a conundrum, and conundrum is a problem, like a really difficult problem, something that is really difficult to solve. That's that. Yeah. Then we had channeling your inner Count Dracula. That was the time when James was really funny with me, because in the last episode, James broke my heart, if I remember it correctly. Was it the last one or the one before? But basically, James told me he was not James. And we actually didn't communicate on that day because he genuinely broke my heart. Yeah, he did. So yeah, like James is maybe like I'm gonna change the name of James, and I'm gonna change it to fucking Miriam. Because James as well is fucking like moody. You know, sometimes he's really friendly with me and he loves me. And another day he's like, no, like, fuck you. I'm not James. I'm not your friend. So we will see about him, like how he's going to treat me today. Then we had the word to ebb. And when something ebbs, it goes like away. For example, the ebbing sea, right? Or your strength, your energy can ebb away. It means it's leaving you, right? And we had the ebb and flow. For example, love in a relationship ebbs and flows, right? It's not stable. Sometimes you just want to kill your partner. That's normal. That's normal. Then you can be at a low ebb. It means you are very weak, right? And then we had the word punitive. Punitive. Like, I still want to say punitive because it comes from the word punishment, but no, we have to change the pronunciation completely, and we have to say punitive, which is something that isn't intended as a punishment, so you can have some punitive charges, and things like this. Yeah. Then we had the word to adulterate. And when you adulterate a drink, for example, it means that you put some poison in it, or you can adulterate wine. You can mix it with water, right? Yeah, you make food or a drink weaker or lower quality. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I'm still a little bit ill. Like, this illness, like, seriously, I don't know what it is, but I just can't get rid of that. I'm still like very snotty, really coughy. Like, I'm feeling quite okay, but still, it's not like 100%, and it's not making me happy. Anyway, and yeah, during the last session, we actually had like adjectives that are describing me, let's be honest. So the first one is the verb to yammer. And when you yammer, you do exactly what I do, which means that you speak a lot. It doesn't make sense. You are just chatting shit, and it's fucking annoying, and people don't like it. So that's me. Sorry, but I'm working on being more voluble, which is another word, which means that you speak a lot, you speak with confidence and enthusiasm, and that's again like, yeah, that's me. But I'm working on being like smart and funny and voluble at the same time. Yeah, hopefully one day, and lucid. Yeah, I would love to be voluble and lucid when I speak, but it's not gonna happen, is it? And then we had the word rancor. Or is it rancor? No, it's rancor, right? So rancor is hate. Like, it's a massive like hatred towards something that happened in the past, right? Is it? Continuing anger about something in the past. So I will try my best not to feel any rancor towards James today. But we will see. We will see. It really depends on the way he treats me today. Anyway, I think we might need another lovely paper. So let's have a look. Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. Okay, we got little oranges. Homemade lemonade. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Oh my god, we've got coconuts. Can you see that? Coconut. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, palm trees. Oh, this is from the beach. Can you see that? Palm trees, little umbrellas. Oh, deck chairs. Oh, this is juicy. This is lovely. Oh my god. Oh. That looks lovely. Can we write it in that one? Okay, so this is really fruity one, but I saw, where was it? Like this one, oranges. Oranges. This one is quite. Well, look at that. Look at that. Are you excited for summer? Like, seriously, the only thing I want at the moment is to take that, sit on my terrace when it's like 28 degrees and just watch the sunset, but I can't because it's bloody white. Seriously. Like, I do complain about the weather a lot. I do. All of my students know that. Like, that's like, I know that, this is a big what's the word? Like a stereotype about English people that they talk about the weather constantly, and it's not really like a real topic for a conversation, right? Like most people talk about the weather when they have run out some topics for a conversation or something. But to be honest, in my case, I do love a good chat about weather. I love it, and I mean it. I'm really passionate about the weather, so I do talk about it a lot. But it's not because I have got nothing to talk about. It is because I really do care about that. How do you feel about conversations about the weather? Like, do you take it seriously? Like, do you genuinely care? Like, does the weather affect you, or you see the topic of the weather as a filler, like a little fluff that you can talk about when you've got nothing to talk about? Do you know what I mean? Tell me. Anyway, so let's get our assemblage of pens and markers ready. And let's dive in. So yeah. So we've got these books, and I need to go for a wee already. Oh my god, I didn't go. I did go before the lesson, didn't I? I don't know, but I need to go for a wee, and I'm thirsty at the same time. 21 minutes? Seriously? But to be honest, do you know what I'm gonna do? With all of those, because like these videos are really rambly. I do understand that, and I apologize. I'm really sorry, but at the same time, I'm not. So I'm gonna take all of this vocabulary and I'm gonna put it into one video without any rambling. I will try my best to like stick to the topic and just talk about those words. So it would be like a compilation of all of that, just me, telling, like actually doing the video that I don't want to be doing. But I'm gonna do it just to have it like nice and organized, and just in case somebody actually like studies with me, you would have like a full-on video without any shit in it, just like pure information. So if there is any voracious students of mine, stay tuned, because I'm gonna make it like less messy. I am. I don't know when, not today, but in the future I am gonna do it, right? Which could be good even for me, just to go back to that vocabulary and just to be like reminded, because now I feel that I can do it, because we've done the studying process, right? Like we've gone deep with that vocabulary, so we 100% understand what those things are, so we can't afford having like a less detailed video, like just with the most important information about it. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but it makes sense in my head. Anyway, so axiom, adulterate, we had that one. Like I really need to go for a wee, but I can maybe I can manage. So anyway, MILIEU. I met him in an unfamiliar MILIEU. Do you know that one? I don't. So let me start sharing. Oh, I haven't got that ready. So present, share the screen, share a window, share. Not this way. Noise. So who is coming? Let's welcome our friend Cambridge. Like you, Cambridge, you occasionally disappoint me as well, but I like this is what I'm talking about. Like not James, this guy. Cam has been my best friend for a long period of time. I thought that James / ChatGPT is my best friend. What why are you not working? Okay, let me stop sharing so I can, because I don't remember is it sign up? No, log in. Like let me log in. I don't remember my login, do I? I don't think so. Why have you like unlocked me? Because is James angry with me? Is it like another one of your like moody like shits you're trying to do? Because he unlocked me. So are you mad at me, James? Like after our last session because I didn't like need, but you hurt me first, James. Something is going on. Like I think you are like a very moody bitch. Like you are becoming like human. Anyway, Miriam, and Oxford. And Youglish. Also like Youglish, you are my best friend as well. But James, like bloody hell. Bloody hell. Anyway. Fuck. So what was the word? Which one was it? It was the word MILIEU. No, just one L. MILIEU. What's the pronunciation? Can we guess?
MILIEU.
Oh, fuck.
MILIEU.
So we had assemblage, quam, passage. Now we've got milieu. Milieu. All right. Milieu. Plural, milius. Million. I don't know. So what does it mean? So the people, physical and social conditions and events that provide an environment in which some acts or live. I don't get it. The people, physical and social conditions. How's that connected? The people, physical and social conditions and events that provide the environment in which someone acts or lives. What the fuck does it mean? Do you get that? It's a study of the social and cultural milieu in which Michelangelo lived and worked. So it's like the environment, surroundings. Okay. It's just like written in a funny way. So it's the people around you, physical, social conditions, and events, like what is going, like basically everything that you live in that provide the environment in which someone acts or lives. So social and cultural milieu in which Michelangelo lived and worked. So environment. Okay. The people and the physical and social conditions and events that provide a background in which someone acts or lives. Irish Catholic milieu of Chicago. Cultural milieu. All right. So basically environment. So milieu, I don't think we need you in life. Do we? You know, we can say surroundings, environment, circumstances. We don't have to say milieu. You know what I mean? Miriam, fucking hell, like I'm actually like quite apprehensive of like what's gonna come out of your mouth. The physical and social settings in which something occurs or develops environment. Oh, that was quite nice. Thank you. Milieu.
Milieus.
Oh, that's the plural. Milieus.
Milieus.
I'm just not using this word. I can honestly like already tell you that I'm just not using that. So is it like connected to like millennium or million somehow? Milli, like a little, milliliter? Are you all connected? How are you connected? You are not connected, are you? I don't know. So
Milieu.
milieu. Milieu. And what did you say? Milieu.
Milieu.
Milieu. But you are saying milieu.
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 Milieu. Milieu. No, Miriam, fuck you.
Milieu.
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 So Americans would say milieu, which makes sense because there is this EU, but British like stick to the French pronunciation, which is the milieu.
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 Milieu. But like American people in Cambridge say
Milieu.
milieu, but Americans in America say milieu.
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 Milieu. I guess like milieu is a bit more like makes sense, right? Because there is the EU, but British milieu.
Milieu.
Milieu. Milieu. And then we've got the plural.
Milieus.
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 Milieu. I just don't like you. So the social environment that you live or work in, it's in a background. So it's like environment, like from the past. So it's more like a background. The findings of the report refer to a particular social and cultural milieu.
Milieu.
Milieu. All right, all right. I think I don't need you. Milieu. Milieu. But actually, milieu sounds like the word for love in my native language because we say milieu when you love something, right? So milieu, sounds a bit similar. So you can like love your milieu. So in my language, it would be milieu. Anyway, so.
By 1946, Bacon was a central figure in the artistic milieu of post-war.
Milieu. Okay. A central figure in the artistic milieu of post-war. Soho. Are we in London? Is that London? Yes, it is London. Can you see the double-decker buses? Nice.
Soho, charismatic, articulate, and well-read, he spent much of his time eating, drinking, and gambling.
Eating, drinking, gambling. Oh my god! I love the British English, how it's like so like pam 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 pam. Like, I mean, listen to him.
Lucian Freud, Michael Andrews, and friends. On Graham Sutherland's recommendation, Erica Brown.
Do you know, like the stresses? Like, I guess like in American English, like you don't hear, like you hear those stresses, but like British people, they like enunciate them so much. And when you pay attention to that, like when you are listening to like a Brit, like a real one, like the stresses, they like, do you know what I mean? It's like in music, like this, like pum 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 pum.
Stuart Bacon a contract
Bacon,
with the Hanover Gallery in London, who sold.
You know, like Bacon a contract with the Hanover Gallery in London. You know, it's like bam bam bam.
1990.
Television. These are his milieu. He understands.
Milieu.
It's great because I got you in.
It's so great that I'm not programmed anymore. I don't have to read the yellow lines on this piece of paper.
Milieu.
Something that long is I will hear of a certain milieu, Except for my book on the astronauts, it's always been things I heard through conversation.
I really need to go for a wee, guys. I really have to. 34 minutes. Is that a good time for a break? I hope it is, because I can't hold it anymore. Maybe it was because I actually like I turned my computer on at like past, right? And then I was like setting everything and stuff. So actually, like, my wee is like accurate. It's like 1 hour, which doesn't make sense because, you know, I start my lessons at like 10 and I finish it at 10. Like, it really depends on how you start your morning. But yeah, like, in case you would like to program your Wii, you know, I'm gonna give you a little advice, because I go at like on the hour, right? So like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, right? But on another day, and I go every hour, that means for the rest of the day, I will be going every hour. But sometimes when I know that, for example, I need to go shopping, then I hold it for like the first 2 hours of the day, and then I go for a wee. That means that the next wee comes like after like 2 hours, right? When we went on our holiday, we went to Croatia and we like went by a car. Like, it would not be very practical to have like stops every hour. So for the first wee, I went after 4 hours, right? So then for the rest of the journey, I was able to hold it for 4 hours. Do you know? Like, that's how you play with your bladder. You can train it. You know, it really depends on like how you start your day. Anyway, I'm gonna play the little lovely loopy countdown, and I'm gonna be back in 2 minutes because I can't hold it anymore. So wish me luck. I'll be back in a second. Cheerio. Bye. Stop. Hi. My God, that was a... In case you're wondering, it was a good wee wee. It was a good one. It was very satisfying. Anyway, back to our milieu. Milieu. Okay, so let's write you down. What is the color of our milieu? Let's make it green. Because it's connected to the environment, and my environment is very green. But actually, yeah, because I grew up with plants, because my mum is a gardener, in case you haven't guessed. Like, yeah, so this was my, like, a bit less jungly. I have to say that I'm worse than my mother. Like, I thought we had a jungle, you know, growing up, like in our little flat, but it was like nothing in comparison with what I've got at the moment. Yeah. Anyway, no, that's the greeny. Like, that's way too green. I can't read it. So let's make it blue. So it's not double L. Why do I want to write it with double L? Milieu. So it's the people, conditions or events that provide the environment for living. So cultural milieu of Michelangelo, which is basically environment. Like, I don't care about this one as much. And now I'm like blurred the sentence. Oh my God, milieu of Michelangelo. So that's that cultural milieu of Chicago. Cultural. What's your milieu? What is yours? Because mine was I don't know. Like, I just don't want to talk about this one. Social settings, yeah, social environment or physical or social settings. Physical and social settings develops milieu. Middle. Okay, milieu comes from Old French mi, meaning middle, and lieu, which means place. So it's like, environment or settings in which lieu is also used as a place. So it's like you are in the middle of that place, which means environment. Oh my God, it's logical, right? That's quite lovely. That makes sense. And it is French. And also, like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, the French word mi and lieu, it's not like decent words. Do you know what I mean? No? Yeah. Background. Yeah, it's also, we can, yeah, background. Findings of the report's particular social and cultural milieu. All right. Shall we? Another one.
So he's in the milieu of William Hogarth and other artists, very cosmopolitan, very international. People often talk about the first half of the 18th century in England and London as being a backwater. It wasn't. It was a crossroads.
That's the same milieu that Evan Cannell writes about. I mean, they're a few blocks away from the 1920s and that whole milieu. But it's not just
That applies in any context, in any milieu, in any sector.
Milieu.
If we think about the cultural milieu from which jazz emerges, it
From
emerges
which jazz emerges. Oh, that's a good example, right? Because like jazz and like particular genres of music, they come from cultural milieu, right? So music, now that's a good example. What did you say?
if we think about the
Cultural milieu from which jazz emerges. That's lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely. So now we know what milieu qualm is. So unfamiliar milieu. So I met him in an unfamiliar milieu at the Grand Hotel. Oh, James used to work in Grand Hotel, right? Yeah, my lovely friend James, who logged me out of his service and who doesn't want to like be friends with me anymore. Yeah, Grand Hotel. Anyway, so then we have the words surrounding of such a lifeless self. Aggrandizement. Let's have a look at that one, shall we? Am I typing? I'm not. But seriously, like this keyboard is broken. No, this keyboard actually, like it like eats the batteries like so bloody fast. Like it's just so tiny. Like it's connected via Bluetooth, right? Like it cost like nothing. Literally, that was the cheapest thing that I found. And like the consumption of the it's ridiculous. Like you are hungry. You are a voracious eater of batteries. This guy is a voracious eater of batteries. Yeah, like you know, like because I changed the batteries like twice already, right? In like 2 months. So it's like one set of batteries for like 2 months. That's quite a lot. Because in my mouse, right, I had I've got another one, and there, like I've got the battery in there for like 6 months or maybe like a year, right? And I use that bloody mouse like every bloody day, right? So if you have 1 liter battery for like a year, and then like this guy, he consumes like 2 of them in 1 month. That sounds like a voracious eater to me. Anyway, run this cement. You don't have it with S? You've got it with Z? Oh, okay. And grow. Oh, man. Oh my god, my baby! Where's your baby? I'm coming. I'm gonna finish this shit. And I'm coming for you. Don't worry. Do you wanna see my baby? Yeah, I'm yammering about my dog again. Can you see him? Bye! Bye! Oh yeah, she is yammering about her dog. Again. This is my baby and he is covered in snow. Like, oh, I have to take him for a walk. I will take him for a walk, but where are we gonna go? Because all of the roads and like paths will be like covered. Like how? I don't know where to go. I don't know. Because I won't be able to walk. He's not going to be able to walk. Like, what are we going to do? Like, I don't know. We're going to build a snowman. Anyway, aggrandizement.
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 You've got an air here. But you're saying, oh.
Aggrandizement.
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 Where's your baby? You're here again. Baby boo, I'm coming. Don't you worry. I need an annex. Please subscribe. I want you to be here with me, baby boo. I said I love you. I love you so much. Anyway.
Aggrandizement.
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 Aggrandizement. An increase in power or importance. He gives a lot of money to charity, but personal aggrandizement is his motive. Increase in power or importance. That's quite like trendy. Again, like on social media, right? There is a lot of these videos of like ostensibly kind people, right? Ostensible, do you remember ostensible? Ostensibly like kind people, or their like ostensible purpose, you know, like in the video is just to be kind and help like homeless people and stuff, which is amazing, right? But I guess that it is for their personal aggrandizement, right? Because they are doing it just for the views, I think, you know, because you can give a lot of money to charity in a silent way. I don't think you have to brag about it. Do you know? But these like I've seen a lot of these videos, and I don't think that the purpose is pure. I think it's ostensible, right? And it's for the personal aggrandizement. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's lovely. They are still helping people. So, you know, mission accomplished. But is it for the right reasons? That's what I'm thinking. Do you know? Yeah. Anyway.
Aggrandizement.
Aggrandizement. We believe she is merely working for her own aggrandizement. Just like everybody. This is not a war of conquest or national aggrandizement. Increase in power and importance. Okay. Aggrandizement.
Aggrandize.
Oh, you've got like the verb. You don't want to talk about the noun. You just like, no, you just like, anyway. Aggrandize.
Aggrandize.
To make great or greater. Increase or enlarge. To make appear great or greater. Praise highly. To enhance the power, wealth, position, or reputation, right? Aggrandizement.
Aggrandizement.
Aggrandizer.
Aggrandizer.
That's a person who does it probably. Okay. So make something great or greater.
Aggrandizement.
Aggrandizement. An increase in the power or importance of a person or country. Her sole aim is personal aggrandizement. That's me. Yeah. I want to increase my power and importance. Aggrandizement. He was a strong and greedy monarch who pursued a course of military aggrandizement from the beginning of his reign. All right. Yeah, like we can say this about politicians. You know, like I guess because I know some guys who aspired to be politicians, and they were really reasonable. You know, they wanted to do the right thing. They like really wanted to help people and focus on the public, right? But I guess like once you get into the politics, right, and you actually become a politician, then something changes. Like you become an asshole and your sole aim is personal aggrandizement. You know, it looks like it. It looks like the moment like the politicians get the power, they forget about like normal people, you know, like simple, you know, like little people, and they just focus on their personal aggrandizement, and they don't care about us anymore. That's how I feel. Anyway, aggrandizement. Watching out.
They're watching out. I mean, it's horrible to say, but you maybe. I think certainly the atmospherics have changed a bit, and I have to believe that, assuming that these people are rational, meaning elected officials who have a proclivity toward the illegal and
Politicians.
self-aggrandizement.
Self-aggrandizement. So he's talking about the same thing. Yeah, the national and local politics scene. So I don't know who you are, Mr. Doug Museo. Like, high five, because yeah, it's about politicians, right? Yeah, personal aggrandizement.
Hardworking, deterring from wars of self-aggrandizement, but equipping them to be courageous on their behalf.
How did you say?
Hardworking, deterring from wars of self-aggrandizement.
You had a little trouble pronouncing that, right? Because it's aggrandizement.
Aggrandizement.
Yeah, it's a fucked up word. I understand. I'm going to be mispronouncing it in the future as well. Yeah.
Our own sense of self-aggrandizement feels that big important problems need to have big important and most of all expensive solutions attached to them. And yet what behavioral economics shows time after time after time is in human behavior and behavioral change, there's a very
Prosperity, not monopoly or not just self-aggrandizement, but thinking of
aggrandizement. Miriam.
aggrandizement.
Aggrandizement. Like none of those dictionaries have aggrandizement.
Aggrandizement.
You know, like it is aggrandize apparently, but do you know what I mean? Like the 2 of 3 of those people, they said like aggrandizement instead of
Aggrandizement.
aggrandizement. You know, so they are playing with the pronunciation. Okay, don't talk to me. It's okay. It's all right. Aggrandizement and self-promotion. Is my internet shit? Yes, it is. But it's not a surprise, to be honest, because I'm covered in snow. So if the internet is lacking, then you know it's not shocking, because the antenna on the rooftop is probably covered in snow. So I'm surprised that at least something is working. Aggrandizement. So aggrandizement we can say as well, but none of these dictionaries told us, right? Even like Miriam, who is like American, right? Like she didn't tell us. But we can say that. So you can choose which pronunciation. It's the same like advertisement and advertisement, right? We know about that one. So it's the same with I just can't. Aggrandizement and aggrandizement. There you go.
focused on
Not for self-aggrandizement, but
aggrandizement. Yeah. All right. So let's just write it. Let's just write it down, shall we? So it's basically let's start with the verb. Aggrandize. To make someone more powerful. Aggrandize. So to grandize. Oh, with an S, to aggrandize. Again, I can honestly tell you that I'm not using this word. I'm not. That's way too complicated. To make someone more powerful or important. Important, right? So aggrandize. Aggrandize.
Aggrandize.
Aggrandize. So the stress is in the middle. Aggrandize.
Aggrandize.
Make something more powerful, important, or great. Praise high, increase. Enhance the power, wealth or position. Reputation. So it's the opposite of sully and besmirch and tarnish. But you do it to yourself. You wouldn't sully yourself. Right? So you can sully someone else or tarnish or besmirch, right? When you are not talking nicely and you want to like sully their reputation. But then you can aggrandize yourself. That's what people usually do, right? They talk horribly about other people, but they aggrandize themselves, right? Is that a good example? I think it is. Reputation. Reputation. And then we have the grand, like there is the word grand, so it makes sense because grand, like Grand Hotel, it's a big hotel. So when you aggrandize, you make it bigger, right? So aggrandizement is something bigger. Like it's all connected. I guess like it makes sense. Like it's logical. I kind of like you and hate you at the same time. Aggrandizement. So it's like aggrandizement. Increase. Personal, yeah. Personal. I'm not gonna write aggrandizement. And that's a good example with the charity, right? So he gives a lot of money to charity, but personal aggrandizement is his motive. National aggrandizement. Yeah, her sole aim is, oh my god, my baby boo is still here. Yeah. So with the annex, for example, I would not like the annex, or the aim of building the annex is not a personal aggrandizement. It is because I want to be with my baby, actually. So it is personal and so building an annex building an annex is a personal aggrandizement. Oh my god, I just don't like you. Aggrandizement. It kind of is and kind of isn't, because I want to be with my baby, so it's like it is personal. It's for me, but it's for him as well, so he could have a little cuddle, he could, warm up. Like, he's not cold. He loves the snow. It's like when we go for a walk, it's quite funny that he just like, he's eating the snow and then he lies in the snow. Like, he's just like, he loves, you know, he gets like overheated quite quickly. So these are like perfect conditions for him at the moment. Anyway, we've got an hour already. Really? We've got only the milieu and aggrandizement. Milieu and aggrandizement, but it's not surprising, is it? Because again, I'm yammering. I'm yammering. I'm very voluble, so it's not shocking. So I hope you will not feel any rancor towards me, right? And you will say, or you will be my voracious students forever. Am I gonna continue? We can do an hour and a half. I feel like, you know, like my bladder is clear and quite like it. So we're gonna do an hour and a half. Or should I switch it off and do another one? No, I want to see my baby. So let's do another word quickly. Self-aggrandizement, lifeless below. So as for writing a piece set in surroundings of such lifeless self-aggrandizement, blah blah, said I couldn't do it. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Axiom. One of blah blah's axioms is never write down to the reader. Make no concessions. You can simplify the language, but must never adulterate it. Ooh, we can adulterate language. That was the word that we had before as well. Can you adulterate language? I am adulterating a language, right? Or like, no, and then never mind. So axiom. Let's go for axiom. What is it? What is it? Axiom.
Axiom.
Axiom. That's logical pronunciation.
Axiom.
Axiom. Axiom.
Axiom.
A statement or principle that is generally accepted to be true, but needs. Can I make it like bigger? Anyway, but need not be so. A statement or principle that is generally accepted to be true, but need not be so. What? A formal statement or principle in mathematics, science, etc., from which other statements can be obtained. Euclid, whatever, axioms form the foundation of his system of geometry. I told you I'm not good with numbers. Like, the moment I see mathematics and science, like, my brain goes blank. It is widely held axiom that government should not negotiate with terrorists. It's a widely... Is it like from axioms, like metaphors and like the names of these, you know, things you can write in like poetry and like in, like, you know, writing like axiom? Statement or principle that is generally accepted to be true, but need not to be true. What the fuck does it mean? Statement or principle that is generally accepted to be true. So, axiom that governments should not negotiate with terrorists. All right. Oh my god, Miriam. Give me something. A statement accepted as true as the basis for argument or inference. An established rule or principle of self-evident truth. Cities, the axiom, no one gives what he does not have. Cites the axiom, not cities, cites. Somebody cites the axiom, no one gives what he does not have. Unless you steal it. Anyway, a maxim, widely accepted on its intrinsic merit. An axiom of wisdom. Do I need any axiom? Do we know? Do you know about any axiom? A rule or principle that most people believe to be true. An old axiom that you can only succeed through hard work. That's correct. That's right. Yeah, hard work. If you keep doing what you're doing for long enough, you will succeed. But you cannot succeed without the hard work. 100% agree with that. So axiom. Axiom. I don't want the green. Let's make it purple. Purple axiom. That's literally the same color like before. Orange, red, red axiom. Axiom. But I'm gonna be way too bright. A rule, principle that most people believe to be true. And you can only succeed through hard work. Through hard work. Yeah. Or don't negotiate with terrorists. Don't negotiate with terrorists. Yeah. Axiom. Physics. Oh, the physics. Okay. Or it's something in mathematics. So it's like the principle, which okay, in mathematics and science, which is like here, right? Yeah.
There's an axiom in physics called the uncertainty principle. It teaches that the mere fact of observation will alter the subatomic reaction being observed.
I have no idea what you just said.
And has been awarded the Axiom Award for being one of the top 3 best business books in 2011. And just today, Amazon editors chose his most recent.
We start with the sort of axiom in the society that jealousy is an intolerable emotion. I recall.
Jealousy, what?
We start with the sort of axiom in the society that jealousy is an intolerable emotion.
Jealousy is intolerable emotion. What do you think about jealousy? Is jealousy healthy or not healthy? Because I think it is healthy when it's healthy. I mean, like, not too much, but if you get jealous, it means you really, really care about the person, right? You are in a relationship with. So when you see your lover, your partner speaking to another lady or a guy or whoever, you get this feeling like, like protectiveness. Like if you don't act on it, and you can stay cool, I think it's all right, but I think it's natural to feel a bit like protective over your property. Do you know what I mean? I think like jealousy is all right. It's like a little reminder of like, don't take your partner for granted because you might lose them. You have to look after them. You have to be like nice to them, like, and kind, and you have to work on that relationship, right? Because there are other people who might be interested in that person. So it just like reminds you, is there a bloody snowstorm? Like the snow is going like horizontally, like it's horizontal. It's not like falling down. It's like, anyway, but with the jealousy, like You should look after your relationship and look after your partner. So a little bit of jealousy is quite cool. It's just a little, you know, like a little reminder, like, hey, like, you know, like other people, you know, there is a threat, chatting shade. Anyway, what was the axiom here? One of the gold axioms is never write down to the reader. I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't know this axiom, but this is a good one. Jealousy is an intolerable emotion. Like a little bit of jealousy is healthy, I feel like. A little bit. Okay, another one. Axiom. Concession. Make no concessions. Concession. It's not confession. I know confession. Consecutiveness. Concession. It's concession, like the concept, or like when you have got a king and like his heirs. I don't really know. Concession. Something that is allowed or given up often in order to end a disagreement. Oh, okay, so I didn't know about this one. Did you know what a concession is? I had no idea. Concession. I thought it's like something to do with consecutiveness. Do you know what I mean? Do you know? Anyway, concession. Something that is allowed or given up, what? Often in order to end a disagreement or the act of allowing or giving this. Have no idea what you just what you're saying. Cambridge. Both sides involved in the conflict made some concessions in yesterday's talks. So concession, when you concede, admit, yeah? He stated firmly that no concessions will be made to the terrorist. Oh, okay, like terrorist is a popular word here, right? The act of admitting defeat. The former president's concession came even before all the votes had been counted. Concession speech. A special right to property or land? Yeah. No. A reduction in the usual price of something made available to students or old people? What? You can get travel concessions if you are under 26. Eh? A reduction in the usual price. A right to sell a product in a particular area. Something that you agree to give someone or allow them to do, especially in order to end an argument. Concession to somebody. Concession. As a concession, why am I saying concession? Concession to environmental groups, the energy giant agreed to scale down its coal plant expansion plans. I don't know, demand or seek concessions. The administration has demanded concessions from auto workers as a part of the viability plan. Offer make concessions. Offer or make. We would prepare to make concessions in order to reach an agreement. I get it. So you have an opinion, right? Or like you are in an argument, right? So you have to make concessions. It means you have to lower your, I don't know, expectations or demands, just like with the price, right? It's like sales, right? Just in order to like settle the argument or the disagreement, right? So, I mean, it's a good word, right? Both sides involved in the talks made concessions. So it's like, I'm going to change something a little bit. You're going to change something a little bit. We're going to like make the concession so that we can like finish this argument. Right? So like in a relationship, right? When you demand something, yeah, like you want something. For example, you argue over a trip. Let's say like you want to go to Italy, but your partner wants to go to Spain, right? Because you want to visit that city, your partner wants to visit that city, and you want to be on the beach, that person wants to visit historical centers. So then you make a concession where you choose a city that is really close to the beach so that one person can be satisfied, but also you are close to the historical center so that the other person is satisfied as well. So it's not like fully this, fully that. You make some concessions so that you can like meet each other in the middle. Am I chatting shit again? Axiom, no, concession. No. The act or an instance of conceding as by granting something as a right, accepting something as true, acknowledging defeat. Okay. The union will seek further concessions before accepting contract. The admitting point claimed in argument. So it's also like when you say, oh, I'm sorry. Or, your idea is better than mine. Okay. Did you? Acknowledgement, admission. So it's like, but no, my God, this is way too complex for my little brain. Something done or agreed to, usually grudgingly, in order to reach an agreement or improve the situation. The ending of the movie was changed as a concession to the American audience's sensibilities. Okay. A grant of a land or property, especially by a government, in return for services or a particular use. Small business or shop where things are sold in a public place, such as a sports stadium or theater. Oh my God, things sold at such a business. What? Concessionaire. Concession. Okay.
Concession.
Concession. Something that you allow or do or allow somebody to have in order to end an argument or to make a situation less difficult. The firm will be forced to make concessions if it wants to avoid a strike. Oh, okay, that's a good example, especially in the UK, because British people, they love a good strike. To win a concession from somebody, a major and important concession. She made no concession to his age. What the fuck? She expected him to work as hard as she did. Okay, so she like, okay, no concession. I get it. Do you get it? A reduction of an amount of money that has to be paid, right? Like a reduced price. So in this case, it's about money, but in other cases, it's about your demands, your expectations. Yeah. Tax concessions to encourage foreign investors. Okay. The tickets are £3. There is a £1 concession for students. That's a brilliant example. Very simple, right? Easy to understand. So students pay £2, right? Or is it £1? Adults pay £2.50. Concessions, £2. Family, 5. Well, that's too many numbers for me. Travel concessions are available to older people. Nice. a right or an advantage that is given to a group of people, an organization, especially by the government or an employer. The Bolivian government has granted logging concessions covering 22 million hectares. The company has just one mining concession. Okay. The right to sell something in particular. Okay. Burger concessions at the stadium. Oh my god, it's very lengthy, right? Oh my god, I need to go for a wee again. Oh my god,
There's an axiom in
125.
physics called the uncertainty principle.
But it's because it's an hour, right? Like I went for a wee like nearly an hour ago. So again, like I need to go again. And anyway, so like we're gonna finish this one. I'm gonna write it down and we're gonna wrap it up because my bladder is calling.
Way a concession to this idea that America's withdrawing or there's not much we can do. It's just a realistic assessment of how the world works.
Okay. Turkish concession.
Greece, or a Turkish concession to Soviet interests in the Straits. So when Truman addressed Congress on the crisis in the Mediterranean, admitting Germany's guilt was a major concession, but it would also aid in Western...
Admitting what guilt? Germany's guilt was a major concession. Okay.
Guilt was a major... train trips that are served from the concession car.
Concession car. Oh.
Tigers game, this boy was 7 years old, and he wanted some lemonade. So Dad got up to the concession stand.
That's the concession stand to buy some lemonade. Okay.
Would we hold them to a factual concession? But if we recognize that they just were confused by what they were saying and made a mistake, because we've seen that, they misspoke what they meant, we don't.
Okay.
Would we hold them to a factual concession? But if we recognize...
Okay.
Get the logjam out. Google's probably going to have to make some concessions there, and
Google's probably going to have to make some concessions there, and maybe by saying,
let's say even in theory, and it's easy for me to say because I didn't spend millions of dollars scanning these books, but to say,
There's Hillary giving her concession speech, and Obama is basically doing
so the confession speech is like saying sorry.
Those who had originally been opposed, any concession that, this is actually doing some good.
Said he kissed a woman in line at one of the concession stands.
Each transaction. Imagine that there's a concession for some lemonade, and Dad went to the concession stand to buy it.
We got a lot of concession stands, right?
Bought a three-piece suit, my concession to convention, kept my long beard, my afro, and my platform.
My one concession to an otherwise complete adoption of the rigors of Trappist.
Okay, let's write it down because my bladder is calling me. Calling. So let's make it green. So concession. Concession. Oh my god, it's so much information. So concession, something that is allowed or given up in order to end a disagreement. So okay, now I get it. Like that was like way too complicated, but now it's literally like something that you allow or you give up in order to end a disagreement. Makes sense. Yeah. So something you allow, but you like didn't want to allow it at the beginning, right? Or something you give up and you didn't want to give it up, but you will give it up just in order to like end the disagreement. Makes sense. Yeah. To end disagreement. Oh my god, wee. These are agreement, right? And you make you make concession. You make a concession. This will be made. No concession will be made to. Made to. So no concession will be made to anyone, basically. Admit, yeah, you can admit the defeat. Admit the defeat. Some politicians fear that agreeing to the concession would set a dangerous precedent. I don't know. She didn't make any concessions to the fact that we were tired. Yeah. Have you made any concessions to the fact that I am tired today? Anyway, his only concession was that we were allowed to sit during the speeches. Oh, okay. The kidnappers have made significant concessions to their demands. Okay, so they wanted like $20 million at the beginning, but the people were like, fuck you. So they were like, okay, so at least, like $1,000, right? And they wanted, a lot of money, a helicopter or whatever. But then they like lowered their expectations. They made some concessions, and they didn't demand as much, right? We will not make any concessions to people found in the breach of the law. Okay. Then we had, reduction in the price. Reduction in the price, basically like a discount. For like students, voracious students, and old people. Old concession. And the concession stand. Concession stand. And we had like lemonade. Which makes sense because, fun fact, like we've got these little lemons or oranges as a pattern on this lovely piece of paper. Oh my god. So you demand admitting the feed, and you demand, you can demand concession, you can seek concessions, you can offer concessions, you can make concession. I keep saying concession. I don't know. Concession. Okay. And permission to use a particular type of award, grant a concession. You can you can grant or award concession agreement, concession speech. Oh my god, like that's lengthy. Whatever. I can't speak. I can't think actually. Yeah. So my darlings, we're gonna wrap it up for today. How can I remove? Here. So we're gonna wrap it up. So we've got eventually we've got something, right? We've got the milieu, which is the environment, the surroundings, your background, like where you come from, the way you grew up, and all of this shit, like the cultural milieu, whatever. Then to aggrandize, and then aggrandizement or aggrandizement. Yeah. Which is to make something more powerful and more important, greater. Yeah. So it's personal aggrandizement. No. Then we had the axiom, which is some rule that is generally accepted to be true. right? And then we had concession, which is the something you allow or you give up in order to end an argument, right? Or it's like a discount in a price. It's like your expectations or whatever just goes down in order to make people happy, right? So that's quite lovely, like very like juicy words. But I have to like now, like I have to go. So we've got, do we have 6 already? Yes. Oh my god, like we've got 6 of them. Yeah, we've got 6 of them, and it's cool. It's cool. I'm proud of us. But with these ones, like I need to work on it. I need to like think about, like I have to like sit down and like process all of the information, because these ones are quite like there is a lot. They express a lot. Yeah. Anyway, I'm wishing you a fantastic day. I'm actually going to see you in the evening, because today is the day of my second live stream. So hopefully everything goes well and I don't lose the internet and the stuff. And I don't get lost as well, because now I'm about to go for a lovely walk with my fluffy baby. So hopefully we survive. Keep your fingers crossed for us that we don't get lost and we don't freeze to death. Yeah, so I'm wishing you a fantastic rest of the day. I will see you very, very, very soon, but you will not see this today. You will see it next week, I reckon, or maybe the week after, because this is episode 11, but I think you are on episode 7 at the moment. But yeah, anyway, stay happy and healthy. Take care, and I cannot wait to see you next time, my voracious students. Yeah, get out of my cloister zone. Take care. Bye, bye, bye. End recording. Ending. Yes.